Hey guys, what's happening? And welcome to another episode of Andy Metal Viking with me, your host Viking. And today we have another RWBY soundtrack review. This time it is the Volume 3 soundtrack, and man, can I honestly say that, like the volume itself, it is the best of the soundtracks that have been released so far. So, without further delay, let's do this! The instrumentals on this soundtrack are definitely a lot more energetic than on the previous volume soundtrack. That's not to say there aren't any nice, slow and moving ballads on this album, but the opening theme and insert songs definitely beat the majority of those on the previous soundtrack. Once again, I have to praise Jeff Williams' guitar work and overall songwriting. He just continues to surpass his own work time after time, and I think he is starting to get the hang of weaving in themes from the main songs in the background music. If Jeff continues to do this, then I can personally guarantee that these soundtracks will go down with some of the more classic soundtracks and scores in the animation side of the entertainment industry. I also thoroughly loved that there were a lot more metal influences on this album, ranging from symphonic metal, and there was a really cool folk metal styled song that I really enjoyed. So, what can be better than more metal? I really love how Jeff was able to mix insane guitar solos, funky bass guitar rhythms, and a variety of electronic genres into his songs, creating, as I stated in the past two reviews, really unique sounding music. I can honestly say that I now hold Jeff Williams to the same standard as some of my other favorite and exceptional multi-instrumentalist artists like Clayton of Cell Dweller, Scandroid and Circle of Dust fame, Susumu Hirasawa, Vangelis, Enya, Brett Autry of Blue Stallion Vox's fame, and Devin Townsend. Once again, Casey Lee Williams did the majority of the vocals, with the odd appearance by Jeff himself. Sadly, Lamar Hall wasn't featured on any of the songs, but hopefully we hear from him again on the next volume soundtrack. There was a song called Cold, which was another beautiful yet tear-jerking ballad in tribute to the late Monty Owen. The lyrics for the song were very strong, powerful and emotional, and I thought it was a nice way to send Monty off. It also felt to me like a sequel to the song Wings from the first volume soundtrack, which was a really nice touch. Casey's voice has really matured well, and she really demonstrated that she can now do a broader variety of singing styles from different genres. I can honestly say that I'm still curious as to what Casey will do once RWBY either ends or she decides to do her own music. As I mentioned before in my review of the Volume 2 soundtrack, I believe that Casey will do really well in a symphonic metal band, a hard rock or pop punk band, or in the electronic music scene. Jeff's vocals are also great here, and the more I listen to his voice, the more I am convinced that he was part of either a grunge or alternative rock band before he began his career at Rooster. Also, I have to briefly mention the lyrics. The lyrics for the majority of songs have definitely taken on a darker and more serious tone to go with the particular point which the story has hit. That's not to say the soundtrack doesn't have its more light-hearted songs with fun lyrics, but I'd say the majority of the songs sound like they were written by a black metal band or something. The only thing I can say is that if there are any deathcore vocal cover YouTubers out there, please do a cover of one of these songs, should you find yourselves hooked on this show as much as I am. The production value on this album is definitely way better than that of the previous album. Not only is it heavier, but the sound quality was overall something I found to be a lot more crisp than that of the Volume 2 soundtrack. Even the electronic songs were of a much better production, especially the remixes. The remix of When It Falls that plays just before the score music starts sounds like it was mixed and produced by a professional, big name DJ for a club anthem, which I thought was an excellent job on Rooster Teeth's end. If the production of this is good here, then I can only imagine what the production value on the next soundtrack will be like. So, with everything taken into consideration, who might actually enjoy this album? Well, like with the past two albums, this album was quite a considerable success on the iTunes music charts, especially in the USA. So, I think it's safe to say that, once again, a good majority of music lovers, regardless of their taste in music, will enjoy this album, and that there is something in it for everybody. I would have to give this album a whopping 9.8 out of 10. While I still prefer the Volume 1 soundtrack because of how much more iconic and memorable the main songs were, I think that the overall improvement on the songwriting and lyricism merits this album for a rating as high as this. And, as I have reiterated in the past, the RWBY soundtracks are unique in sound and no other soundtracks have a similar sound. However, if you're into unique sounding soundtracks, then I would recommend the soundtracks to the Satoshi Kon anime films and projects Paprika, Paranoia Agent, and Millennium Actress, the soundtrack to the original Ghost in the Shell movie from 1995, and the soundtrack to the K-Project anime. The soundtrack was released on the 3rd of May 2016 and is available via Rooster Teeth Productions on iTunes. And that concludes this review for today. What are your thoughts on the Volume 3 soundtrack, and which of the 3 available soundtracks are your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Also guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and share this video with your friends. Also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and DeviantArt for updates, news, and more awesome stuff. I'm Viking, and until next time, have a kick-ass day.